pageant mentors Attorney Nad Bronce and Teresa Licaros both have agreed that there are no wrong or right answers in beauty pageants. What matters is how genuinely the girls deliver their stand on important issues. However, pageant critics say that questions these days are rather political, and it puts our finalists in a very tight spot. The challenge today is how well they can defend their stand and how big their heart is to come up with sincere and heartfelt messages. It's a beautiful day, Philippines, and this is the third batch of Miss Universe Philippines question and answer preliminaries. This is the game changer.
Good afternoon, everyone.
So you have 30 seconds for everything, every question. You should answer in 30 seconds, including the introduction of yourself. All right, for the first question, please tell us something about yourself.
I'm a licensed dentist and an advocate for oral health awareness. I am a COVID survivor, and I'm really grateful to be standing here in front of all of you. And I'm thankful to the people who made that happen. My family, my friends, my supporters, the Isabeleños, and the Miss Universe Philippines organization. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Second question, what is one beautiful word in your local language, and what does it mean?
It would be mabalo. It means thank you. I'm really thankful for everyone who helped me to get through this journey, and to everyone, to my rock and my foundation to be able to get up to this far.
Number 3, what one learning experience that you had as a child made much impact on you?
It would be when I failed at something. It really impacted me to the point that I should be pushing myself hard. Failure shouldn't be a setback for me. I should be working hard on it. And I should learn from that experience to be able to... Sorry.
What one major lesson did you learn from your experiences during this pandemic?
One major lesson that I've learned during this pandemic would be perseverance. Throughout this journey, I have experienced a lot of setbacks, and I know that those setbacks shouldn't hold me from achieving what I want in life. I should persevere and continue and move on to whatever dreams that I want to achieve and whatever that I want to do despite this pandemic.
If you win Miss Universe Philippines, how will you help your community?
If I win Miss Universe Philippines, I would definitely use my advocacy, my passion, which is oral health awareness. I will use that as an advantage, and I will use Miss Universe Philippines for a bigger platform to pursue that advocacy to help my community and change the world one smile at a time.
Which color symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
A color that symbolizes a phenomenal woman would be violet. It means power, and it means that whatever it is, whatever journey you're on, you have to take up space and be yourself. That way, it would empower you and achieve whatever you want in life.
Working from home is now the new norm. What skills does the workplace of the future need?
Sorry, again?
Working from home is now the new norm. What skills does the workplace of the future need?
A skill that the new normals should have or should practice is patience. During this time, a lot of setbacks has been happening, and we have to be patient with everything. We have to focus ourselves on moving forward. Thank you.
Name one spot, man-made or natural, in your province that you would like to promote to the world.
One spot that I would want to show to the world is the Isabela National Park. It's something that symbolizes the whole Isabela. It has the Queen Isabella, the statue of Queen Isabella there, and it symbolizes the beauty and the origin of my province.
There's a campaign to hashtag Love Local. Which local product would you promote and why?
One local product that I want to promote would be the handmade bags. It's something that is uniquely made, well, not just in my province, but everywhere else in the Philippines. And we should be proud of whatever we are making, whatever products we are producing, because it...
What one thing young people like you should focus on?
One thing young people like me should focus on would be their goals in life. We should all be focused on our journey towards achieving that goal, and whatever circumstances, whatever hardship we may encounter, we should just move on and continue to achieve that dream.
Right now we are with Miss Kalinga. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm feeling excited for today, especially that we'll be able to share our struggles and also our preparations for this pageant.
Okay, relax. Hindi ka napagod? Hindi ka nahinga kakakyat? Hindi naman.
Hindi naman po. Sanay ang lang sa Baguio.
Okay, so 30 seconds lang ha. May sisigaw ka agad kapag may mamimisay kapag nalakasan mo yung 30 seconds. Kasi may mamamatay na tao.
Pause!
So, 30 seconds lang.
Okay.
Tell us something about yourself.
Hi, Napipian Algao, Kandica Luzon. I'm Noreen Victoria Mangawit, representing the province of Kalinga. I'm a civil servant, and I am a proud member of the indigenous peoples. I take pride of our culture. One of these is batok, the traditional tattoos. Another is laga, our native fabrics and weaves. And of course, our people. I consider them, I think, as one of the most hospitable people, not only in the Philippines, but in the whole universe.
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
One beautiful word from our local language would be namnama. Namnama is hope. Just like the Miss Universe Philippines, we are here as harbingers of hope. And I am here full of hope and dreams to show the universe that the beautiful transformations I've come and I've overcome and
Next question. What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
One thing that I learned from my childhood is to be gracious to other people, to share my blessings to other people. I am an only child, but then I was not a brat. My parents would always call on me to share to other people because we may be living in the same world, but we're facing different realities. And that's why we should always show kindness to others. Thank you.
In this pandemic, what is the greatest lesson that you've learned?
During this pandemic, it is really a time of self-reflection. It's a time for me to reconnect with the people I love, even via online, because I'm working as a civil servant and it has really took a lot of my time focusing on my career. And aside from that, it's really to care more for others. Aside from being resilient, you need to care more for others because, again, we're facing different realities.
So if you win the crown, how will you help your community?
If I win the crown, as the Miss Universe Philippines, I've always considered this as a conversation that goes beyond skin deep. And as an indigenous people, it is allowing inclusivity, allowing representation of one of the most overlooked sector of the society, the indigenous peoples, and I would be here not only to be a face of the brand, but to speak for a brand that call this something that would.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
A phenomenal woman is a bold color. Bold color would be red, orange, anything that is bold, because you need to stand out. You're phenomenal because you have the confidence to stand out. And I am here today because I have mustered up the courage to stand confidently. Thank you.
So, working from home is now part of the new norm.
Yes.
So, what do you think are the skills needed for this so-called workplace of the future?
What you need is to work beyond beyond your line of duty. It's really a call to not to consider your clients as your family as well, because there are no more other people who would help them and care for them if you do not start it with yourself. And you need to be more emphatic in trying to deliver the best service that is needed from you.
If there is one spot, man-made or natural in Kalinga, that you would like to promote to the world, what will it be?
I would like to promote my home in Limos, Pinocpoc, because it is where I grew up, and I saw the struggles of the people coming from there, the struggles of the children just to go to school. And I believe that education is something that democratizes the playing field for people. And I want to show the universe that there is something that is going on like that.
The campaign, this campaign called #LoveLocal.
Yes?
So I'm going to ask you, what local product do you want to promote and why?
The local product that I want to promote is coffee, because in Kalinga we have that's why I call them most hospitable, because you will not pass a household without getting a fresh brewed cup of coffee in Kalinga. And I take pride of that because tourists or visitors from all over the world would always say, wow, even they do not have something, or even they are poor, they have coffee to offer you.
Last question, what is one thing young people like you should focus on?
One thing that people, young professionals or a woman like me should focus on: being resilient. Being resilient in times of crisis, so that you should not, even though you are pulled back or you have your own setbacks, but you will conquer this and be phenomenal. Thank you. Thank you so much. Akiyama na.
You want to say a little message for the people from your hometown?
Napipian algaw kandi kayo rasan. I'm Noreen Victoria Mangawit, and I hope that you continue supporting me in my journey for the Miss Universe Philippines. Akiyama na Klabunay.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yung bag na
Aldaw.
Aldaw.
Yes.
So 30 seconds lang for First question is, tell us something about it.
Naimbag na Aldaw, I am Trizha Ocampo, representing La Union. I've always dreamt of becoming a doctor like my mom, but for now, I manage our clinics here in Baguio and La Trinidad, where we give our services for free. So that's what I want to promote: accessible and affordable health care to everyone who is in need. Thank you.
What is one beautiful word in Ilocano, and what does it mean?
Beautiful word in Ilocano, I would say nasimput. Nasimput is good, because I think every Ilocano, not all Ilocanos, but I think everyone, the whole Filipino community is very good. We are very friendly when it comes to our neighboring countries and to everyone we encounter with. We always do it with a smile.
Next question, what is that learning experience that you had as a child that so much impact on you?
The learning experience that I've gained as a child was to become strong-hearted. I was raised by an Ilocano mother, and she is also a breast cancer survivor for 21 years. So I've been taught to always be strong by heart and to never be affected of any criticisms that we have and to whatever challenges that come to our lives. So just be strong and, just be yourself.
So, in this pandemic, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned?
The greatest lesson that I've learned, I guess, would be to value family, your time with your family. I've been very busy ever since I graduated, and I took my family for granted. We do not meet at home that much because of our busy lives, but because of this pandemic, I've spent time with them. They're my source of happiness, and I think that we should all value our families while we're still here on Earth.
If you win, how will you help your community?
If I would win, I would promote, of course, the cause dear to my heart, which is to provide accessible health care. I think that's the most that I can do to give the blessing of life, to share that blessing of life to us who are in need, to everyone who needs healthcare services, because it's not that accessible when it comes to our remote areas here in the Philippines.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I would say probably light blue. Light blue is like the sky, and the universe is the sky, and I think that we have no limitations. We have everything. We have all of the resources, and we just should know how to use them when it comes to our life.
You would probably think that it's just blue, but it's brilliant.
Oh, I did not know that. It's okay.
Okay, work from home is now part of the new norm. So what skills do you think is needed for this so-called workplace of the future?
I think everything is online already. So if working online is that accessible to our homes, then I think that we should be more knowledgeable in video chats, how to operate a computer, and I think that's the most that we can do right now as long as we still have this pandemic with us. And yeah, I think that's the skill that would be most helpful right now.
If there's one spot, man-made or natural, in La Union that you would like to promote in the world?
I would say, of course, the surfing capital of the Philippines is La Union, so I would say the beaches of San Juan. San Juan has the most epic sunsets, and I think that a lot of people would enjoy our beaches there, since Philippines is really known for our beaches, our beautiful beaches, and there's a lot of places to eat. We also have a lot of more socio-economic activities, so that's where I would want to promote.
There's a campaign, hashtag Love Local.
Yes, po.
So I would like to know, what local product do you want to promote and why?
Oh, the local product that I want to promote is, I would say, daing. La Union is also known for being a capital for daing as well. So I know it's kind of fishy when when you hear about it, but I think that it's very unique, and it's something that a lot of countries don't know about. So once they want to taste our daing, it's something new, something that they would want to enjoy and have knowledge about. Thank you, Derek.
Last question. What's one thing young people like you should focus on?
Young people like me should focus on ourselves, because here we have this social media who kind of brainwashes everyone to be perfect and to be someone that we are not. We should be really authentic to ourselves, know what we want, know our goals, and just dream big and just to be yourselves. Thank you. Thank you. Akiyama unay.
Miss La Union, how was your Q&A?
It was nerve-wracking, I should say, but I think I really did really good. I made the judges laugh and I made them smile, so I think I did really good.
Okay, Okay, Miss Laguna, what are your expectations for this said interview?
Well, as of now, I am totally nervous because this is the first time that I will be put under the spotlight because I used to be the one who's interviewing hundreds of applicants. But my expectations right now is just to show to all the judges and to everyone who will be watching our interview of who I am, of what I wanted to be, and at the same time, what kind of a phenomenal woman I am.
Hello, good morning everyone.
Hihingal ka ba? Hindi naman.
Hindi naman po. Medyo malamig lang. I'm not so used with the cold. Alright.
Lang per question. Pwede mag-Tagalog, pwede mag-English.
Alright.
Alam kung valedictorian kaya ito. Magna cum laude.
Magna cum laude. Was not valedictorian but magna cum laude, yeah.
Okay.
Late bloomer.
30 seconds. Tell us something about yourself.
Good morning again, everyone. I am Joan de la Torre Flores. I am a proud Lagunense, a proud scholar ng bayan, a hotelier by profession, and now an aspiring beauty queen and at the same time education advocate.
What is one beautiful word in Tagalog? And what does it mean?
For me, it will always be mabuhay because it's greeting people with a smile and at the same time being proud of our language.
Next question. What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
It was when I cursed and then my dad heard me. It taught me that to never tell something bad about the people around you.
What about in this pandemic? What do you think is the greatest lesson that you learned?
To become adaptive to changes because this situation put a lot of changes in our life, and it is very important that we know how to deal with it and cope with it so that we will come out stronger from this pandemic and challenges.
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
If I win Miss Universe Philippines, definitely I will bring them joy and hope already. So I am already helping them. But at the same time, I would like to initiate activities and movements that will help them during this pandemic. It could be food drive. It could be helping the students in our community.
What color do you think represents the phenomenal woman?
Blue. Because aside from it being the color of our province, color blue is the color of the sky, the color of the water. For me, it is the color of life. And a phenomenal woman is someone that shares and at the same time let life blossoms.
Okay, so working from home is now part of the new norm.
Yes.
So what kind of skills do you think is needed in this so-called workplace of the future?
I think at this, just like what I mentioned, it is being able to adapt to it because working from home is definitely so different than working in an office setup. You have the family with you. There could be a lot of distractions. And once you are able to adapt to the current place or environment that you have, you will definitely be able to do your job more effectively and efficiently.
The other question is, if you have to name one spot that is either man-made or natural from Laguna,
Okay.
what would it be that you'd like to promote
That I would like.
in the entire world?
Well, definitely it will be from my home city, which is in Pueblo City, known to be the city of 7 lakes. Can you imagine that? 7 lakes in one city. So I would like to promote that 7 lakes in our city to the whole world, that this is the gift that we receive from nature and still consistently being protected and provide livelihood to the people of San Pableños.
So alam mo yung kantang Laguna? Are you familiar with that?
Oh no, I'm so sorry. But I'm very familiar with the kanta ng aming city. Yeah, so San Pablo
Tingnan
City.
mo yung Laguna.
Yes,
It's a rock song of the 70s. It talks about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Kasi pinapanganap, no? Ano ka ba?
I'm a K-pop fan now, so I know more of the Blackpink songs.
Ako din, sa Blackpink ako. Lumabas
Di ba?
ko.
Blackpink ako.
You have two more questions na lang. First one I'll ask is, there's a campaign called Love Local.
Yeah.
Right? So you told us about the place you want to promote. Kaya naman, local product that you want to promote.
Now what I wanted to promote is the weaved water lily bags and other products that came from weaved water lily, because water lily was one of the major problems in Laguna Lake, and now the locals of
of Laguna are so creative, so talented that they were able to turn this problem into a solution that will actually benefit the community and the people of Laguna. So that is the product that I really wanted to promote to everyone. I actually brought two bags with me. I used one during my arrival in Manila, and I'm planning to use the other one on the coming days.
Okay. And the last question is, what is that one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
I think young people like me should focus on our goals, because there's so many things going around in our environment. The pressure from the society, pressure what we see in the social media, that sometimes we forget what really our goals are. So we should focus on our goals, on our dreams, on what we really wanted to be, not on what other people wanted us to be.
Thank you.
I'm done. Thank you so much. I will. Nakakahiya. I'm from Laguna and I don't know that song. And I know the Blackpink songs. But I'll look for that. Thank you for sharing.
We are here with Miss Makati. How are you doing right now?
Hi, I'm great. I'm so excited for later's interview.
What would you do if someone asked you a question that you could not answer?
I think I would have to be honest if I can't answer anything about it, but I'll try my best to answer as much as I can.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Okay, so tell us something about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Ivanna Pacis. I'm 24 years old, representing Makati City. I'm a professional events host. I'm a writer. I'm also a runway and commercial model, and I do advocate for suicide prevention awareness.
What is one beautiful word in Tagalog? And what does it mean? Kasi Tagalog ka din.
Sorry?
Tagalog ka di ba?
Yes po.
Ano Tagalog na word na maganda para sa'yo? What one beautiful word in Tagalog?
I think it'd have to be. It's a very light word, but it's my favorite. It's called grabe. I love saying grabe. You know, I can say it in different emotions. I could be happy, sad, I could be angry. But if I say grabe, parang it's a very general expression. And it's something that walang exact English translation. So it's very unique for the Filipinos also.
That's why a bit more in perspective. So what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
Oh, I think one thing that I learned when I was a child was, because I'm the youngest among three siblings. I have two older sisters. So I'm a bunso, and I'm a very spoiled bunso. And I think I realized that I could be someone more than what my ates had done, because I feel like I'm always compared to them. You know, I'm very unique in compared to my ates. So I think one thing that I learned is to really appreciate who I am as a person and embrace it, because I always look up to them. So okay, sorry.
What about in this pandemic? What is the greatest lesson that you learned?
The greatest lesson that I learned was to not take time for granted. I used to, even work even on weekends, and I would tell myself, okay, I'll just go to church next weekend, meron pa naman. But now I can't do that anymore. So, meeting up with my family, having family reunions, and meeting my high school and college friends, and now we can only do it on Zoom, and how I wish we can do it in person. So, yeah.
You win. How do you plan to help your community?
If I win, like what I said earlier, I advocate for suicide prevention awareness, and it's something that is personal to me. I experienced anxiety in the past. I suffered from it. I'm already healed. I have done a lot of therapies in the past, and it's something that I have overcome. And in my journey here in Miss Universe Philippines, I know that I've used my voice to really reach out to those people who wanted to end their lives and commit suicide, because it's such a very sensitive topic. And yeah, it's just nice because now I was able to connect with these people. Someone would message me na, oh, okay, sorry.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Oh, I think it would have to be white, a white blank canvas that anyone can, appreciate you for who you are, and they can throw any colors to you, and you will make sure that you can make the most out of it.
Work from home is now part of the new. So what do you think are the skills needed for this so-called workplace of the future?
I think one thing that everyone has to realize is the fact that work-life balance is very important. I think it's also the reason why a lot of people undergo depression and anxiety. It is because they really don't know how to separate their personal lives and working at home, and it's a struggle for everybody. So I think work-life balance is something that everyone should keep in mind.
If there is one spot in Makati City, whether man-made or natural, that you'd like to promote to the world,
It would have to be Museo ng Makati. Not a lot of people know that it exists, and I think that goes to show that Makati, despite the skyscrapers and everything, the glitz and glamour of Makati City, that there's a very, very unique heritage of Makati City that a lot of people should know because, people would say, oh, social yung mga taga Makati. But no, we come from a very, very humble beginning, and it's something that it's nice to look back into and to let people know that there's really something more than being just a business capital of the Philippines. Yeah.
Curious to know your answer to this because there's a movement called #LoveLocal. So what
Yes.
local product do you want to promote and why?
Oh, a local product. Well, for me, I love mangoes, so it'd have to be the dried mangoes in Cebu City. I think it's just very unique, and I have a lot of foreign friends who are not from the Philippines who love it, and it's something that I also personally love, and it's something that I love to share to everybody.
And the last question is, what one thing should young people like you focus on?
Sorry po?
What is that one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
I think young people like me should focus on getting to know who they really are as a person. It's easier said than done to say, oh, you should know who you are and just be yourself. But it's really a struggle. It's a journey to really know your true, authentic self. And for me, once you know yourself, you will never really go wrong, and you would never be intimidated. You know how to be determined. You know your skills. You know your goals. And I think that's very important for younger people to know that because it's very important.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you so much. I think I did great. It was a really fun experience. Well, I do events hosting as a living, so to be on the other side of the table and to be asked by so many questions is still overwhelming, but it was really fun.
Hingal ka ba?
Yes, it was a long walk.
Hinga-hinga muna.
This is it. Hi.
Ito na yung coronation.
Ito na pala yun. Sana ay just more nicely.
actually stand by kasi may dance to.
Ito na pala to. Good morning, everyone.
Tell us something about yourself.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Dominique Piczon. I'm 24. I actually work as an account executive for international brand and designer Kenneth Cabonpue. But prior to that, I am mostly known to be a model mentor, host, and of course, a beauty queen. I belong in a family of 4, but the only one who pursued beauty pageants.
What is one beautiful word in your local language with Cebuano and what does it mean?
One beautiful word I would say is palaban. It's actually quite a Tagalog word din, pero lumalaban. Yun. Lumalaban because in every struggle that we face naman every day, we just face the challenge firsthand. And then, I think we succeed naman at the end of the day. It's just that we're being ourselves, our true authentic selves. So that's why I really appreciate what Miss Universe is trying to portray of us, being our true authentic selves all the time.
So what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
There was one particular time na I asked my parents, no, I actually didn't ask them. I wanted to go to the beach with my friends. And then I didn't ask for their permission. And then when I got home, I immediately went to the bathroom and take a shower, change my clothes, and I left my wet clothes in the bathroom. And so my mom found out eventually where I was. She figured it out that I was at the beach. And so at the end of that conversation, she just told me that it's okay that you want to go at this place with anyone. Just just as long as you're being honest. Yun po.
Yeah, what about in this pandemic? What is the greatest lesson that you've learned?
That we don't take time for granted. This year has been very fast, I would say. It's been long but fast in time constraint. I felt like everything was in a fast track. So I'm just really happy that we made it this far, and I practically did everything that I had to do, and even at the work and the site
even doing my work at the side and doing the pageant. So I'm very proud about that.
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
I would really use like the prizes I get from the pageant to help my beneficiary at first, sir. It's my best friend, Hallery. She is actually undergoing radiotherapy now because she finished her chemotherapy already. And financially, I just really want to help her from there. And of course, I want to continue on portraying my advocacy, which is on mental health. Prior to the pageant, I actually did a tour around universities in Cebu. So I really want to continue at that.
Okay, what color do you think represents the phenomenal woman?
It would be pink. It's very feminine, but it's very it's full of character, I would say. And pink doesn't only it doesn't only fit a woman. It fits any type of gender in the community. So I think a phenomenal woman is the color pink.
Okay, so what? Pumiyak ako.
I was worried about that nga kasi my throat is kind of dry na.
Nataas siguro ako ngayon. Work from home is now part of the minor.
Yes.
So, what do you think are the skills needed to this so-called workspace of the future?
Skills,
Skills.
one thing, yeah. I really had to balance everything, like of my family time and of course my work time. I actually am working from home. So one of the skills is just concentration, because there's a lot of distraction around the house and you really have to entertain your clients. So I think that's one of the things that I developed through working from home.
If there is one spot, man-made or natural, in Mandaue, that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
I would really want to even push the government to to go through with the eco park that they have proposed, because Mandaue is actually very highly industrialized and it's not very known to be a touristy spot. We're very honest about that kasi you will see naman din po na it's more on buildings and infrastructures. So they are proposing an eco park, which I want to support on that also, because we just really need that part in Mandaue to be more greener.
Okay. My question is, there's a campaign to hashtag Love Local. So if I were to ask you, which local product do you want to promote and why?
It would be the food businesses that we have in Mandaue. We have really pushed, especially in this pandemic, we have pushed all of those local products that's being sold. With our delicacies, of course, we have the bibingka, which I'm very excited to portray in my national costume, you would see. And yeah, supporting local is very important at this time because everyone is just working from home and they just really want to keep the business going po.
The last question is, what is that one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
I think we should focus on the plans for the future, because one thing that I've learned from the pandemic, it's very unpredictable. Time and space and wherever we may go, it continually changes. Change is the only constant thing in the world. And I really hope that the youngsters, the young generations would keep in mind that just whatever you decide on today will reflect your future. So I really do hope that they start planning it out, but of course, keeping their feet on where they are at the moment.
Thank you.
Direct na ano naman ako doon.
Thank you sa advice mo sa aming mga youngsters.
Of course, direct. Kasali tayo lahat doon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, Miss Manila, how are you doing?
I'm excited. Excited na ako, na kinakabahan. Super mixed emotions kasi ngayon pala nagsisink in sa amin lahat na nag-start na talaga yung Miss Universe Philippines. Magandang tanghali, everyone.
Pwede mag-Tagalog kung gusto mo mag-Tagalog. Pwede mag-English, pwede mag-Taglish.
Okay.
Dito kasi mic. So 30 seconds lang.
Wait. Kailangan ko huminga. Kailangan kong huminga. Okay. Game.
Yung totoo. Game na.
Game na? Game ka na ba?
Asan ka hininga? Sa pag-akyat o?
Sa pag-akyat, tsaka ang lamig kasi. Actually, paulit-ulit. Feeling ko paulit-ulit kami na sinasabi na malamig. Ayun.
Dapat binabahan yung payment.
They actually go
Dapat nga binaba namin yung shawl.
yung una nagsabing malamig. Just kidding.
Hindi totoo yan. Hindi totoo yan.
Natural na malamig, hindi yung aircon malamig.
Oo. Pinapapatay ko yung aircon kanina, wala palang aircon. Sabi ko pakipatay yung aircon. So wala pala. Sige, ang dami kong chika.
Oh, so tell us something about it.
So I'm Alexandra. You can call me Alex. I'm 26. God, it's cold. I'm from Sampaloc, Manila actually. So, kaya super natural ko lang kasi basically ganito talaga kami sa Manila. Like super, hindi kami super nag-fake ng personality namin, kung paano kami mag-dress up. Kaya minsan, most of the time, lagi lang ako naka-pajamas. And then yesterday, I'm wearing a sweatshirt, not like this. And then super, mas comfortable ako without makeup. Thank you so much. Easy ka lang sa pag-time. Parang nagugulat ako eh. Parang may galit ka yata, sir. Gulat ako.
Manila Tagalog to. So, what is one beautiful word in your language, and what does it mean?
I'm sorry, what is?
One beautiful word in your language, and what does it mean?
One beautiful word in my language. Well, Manila, usually Tagalog lang naman. So, Hindi ako makapag-isip. Wait. Wait lang. Pwedeng pause yung time. Anyway. Okay. For Manila, I would go for matatapang. Matatapang lahat ng Manilenya, kahit babae matatapang, meron silang pinaglalaban. Especially, alam namin tama yung pinaglalaban namin. Lagi kaming nasa tama. Kasi, it's super nonsense naman kung easy lang direct. Easy ka lang direct. Huwag kang magalit sa akin direct. Ako lang to direct.
Question. What is that learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
So, growing up as a child, syempre naging daddy's girl ako. Meron siyang future na gusto for me. And then, parang ako, wait lang super chill na lang ako ng tayo. And then parang, ako syempre parang iniisip ko super limited ng resources ko. And then growing up, na-realize ko na nagawa ko siya all by myself. So basically, I'm inspiring every dreamers out there kasi I was once a dreamer. Na parang ayokong isipin nila na merong hindrance or whatever. Nakasmile na si Direk. Okay.
Next question. What about in this pandemic? What is the greatest lesson that you learned?
In this?
During this pandemic.
So during this pandemic, sobrang negative na kasi nang nangyayari eh. So I try to stay positive. Ayoko munang mag-isip na social media, sobrang dami kasing fake news. Parang lahat na lang ng tao merong gustong sabihin na negative. Bakit kailangan lagi na lang negative? Yung kinakalat niyo, super negative na nangyayari. Let's just gotta chill. Wala namang mawawala kung magpaka-positive tayo. It's super good nga kasi you're making everyone around you super happy and chill as well. Yan.
Wow.
Di ako nag-time.
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
Well, if I win, ngayon pa lang super happy ko na sa support na natatanggap ko sa community ko kasi God, it's so cold. Kasi usual sa place namin, hindi siya yung parang super social na level ng Manila. So parang ako, nakikita nila ako na beauty queen ka, but then super humble mo, nag-reach out ka to everyone, kaya mong makihalubilo na hindi ka maarte, hindi ka, oh my God, ano yan, ganyan. So, super level lang. You're welcome, Direct. Okay.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Phenomenal woman for me, the color that would symbolize is a phenomenal woman for me. I'm wearing pink right now, but for me, it would be color black. Kasi color black is super neutral lang, and it depends kung paano mo kayang dalhin yung black na super plain lang siya. How would you express yourself on what you wear, on how you dress up?
So, ang work from home now, part na siya ng new norm, di ba?
I'm actually working from home.
Okay, so anong skills,
Super saya ko.
anong mga skills ang kailangan sa work from home na part na ngayon ng future?
So, for working from home, kailangan mong mag-adjust sa kung paano kayo magpapalitan ng messages. kung paano sasagutin yung specific questions mo. Kasi usually meron kayong time. Parang ngayon, meron kami 30 seconds. Meron kami like 2 minutes to answer. But then, ang tagal nung magbibigay sa'yo ng sagot. So, kailangan may patience ka lang din. And hindi ka rin pwedeng laging mas marunong sa ibang tao kasi laging may mas matalino sa'yo. And kaya sila nandiyan para tulungan ka. So, maging humble ka lang din sa kanila.
Okay, if there is one place or spot in Manila, whether it's man-made or natural, that you would like to promote sa buong mundo, ano to?
I'd go for sa Quiapo kasi doon kami kumakain lagi. Like, siguro bababa kami sa specific drop-off sa Quiapo and then lahat ng madaanan namin na kinakainan namin like meron burger, meron ding oriental, super dami, and mga street foods, super sarap kayang kumain. And then you just gotta wear super comfy outfit, no makeup at all, and then super sarap lang, kakain ka lang.
Hindi ka nakaganyan.
Ano? My God. Kapajama lang, slippers, ganon.
May di ba? May kampanya ngayon, #LoveLocal. So ikaw, anong local product ang gusto mo i-promote and why?
Local products, actually, ang pinapromote ko ngayon is yung mga local brands. Kasi usually kasi pinapatronize na ng mga tao yung mga international brands eh. And ako, being connected sa mga hip-hops and sa streets, gusto kong i-promote yung local brands na, kasi usually ang tingin sa kanila parang super low class sila, ganyan. Kung ano man yung opinion ng iba. But then, if you go deeper with their thoughts, maiintindihan mo na meron din silang point. May point naman. Okay lang.
Last na.
Hala, oh my God.
In 30 seconds, tell us, what is that one thing you think young people should focus on?
So for the youth for today, my message for them is to don't forget to always to show the better version of yourselves. There would always be room for improvements and madalas talaga makakatanggap tayo ng negative feedback sa ibang tao and it's always up to us kung paano natin gagawing positive, ito-turn into positive yung negative feedbacks.
Thank you.
Thank you. During this interview, you've got nothing to do but just to be yourself. Since super light lang naman ang nangyayari, hindi mo na siya kailangan gawin na pabigatan. So, kailangan mo lang mag-chill. You just gotta kalma yourself.
Good afternoon from the province of the,
Heart of the Philippines.
from the
Marinduque.
Speaker of the Lower House.
Yes.
Velasco. So, you have only 30 seconds per question.
Okay po.
30 seconds lang. Or you will
I'll try
hear
my
the
best.
sound.
Okay.
Time.
Okay.
Tell us something about yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Lianina Macalino. I am representing the Heart of the Philippines, Marinduque, and I graduated chemistry minor in business studies and currently working as a product and research development in a local cosmetics beauty brand. And right now I am pursuing my dream as a beauty queen because I believe that everyone has a chance to be a beauty queen by them or by their own advantages. Thank you.
So, Tagalog sa Marinduque.
Yes po.
So, what is the one beautiful word in Tagalog? And what does it mean? One beautiful word in your language, and what does it mean?
Sa amin, lagi naming ginagamit yung ngani or mandin para siyang katumbas ng alae sa Batangas. It's like a prefix or a suffix in every word that we say in terms of endearment also when we speak in Tagalog sa Marinduque. Because not a lot of people know that Marinduque is part of Luzon. They think that it's part of Visayas. So it's mostly a mix of all dialects.
So what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
A learning experience that I had as a child is that it is very important. The teachings of our family is very important, and I want to also brought it up in this platform through pageantry that raising a child is not a joke, and we should all be a responsible parent and co-parents as well, because I think the core values in a child, it can be instilled in him and her through growth, and that is the making of now, that is the making of the future generation.
What about in this pandemic? What is the greatest lesson that you learned?
The greatest lesson that I learned during this pandemic is that it is very essential for us to connect and the importance of human connection because we've taken it for granted ever since and we've been always busy with our phones and we've taken for granted the company of our friends, the company of our families, and now we just realized how important the physical touch is and how it comforts us in our everyday living because physical touch is like it. Oh, sorry. Okay, thank you.
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
If I win, first I will give honor to my family because I want everyone to remember how important our families and our parents are. And then secondly, I want to give back to my beneficiary, Kyle David Atienza. And he also educates about kindness and love. That is what I am advocating for. If I win, I will continue that. And lastly, I want to bring honor to Marinduque as the heart of the Philippines because it is not just a title, but it is us and we are, our hearts are always in action. Thank you.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
A color that symbolizes a phenomenal woman is red because a phenomenal woman also works for the heart. And mostly, we consist of red colors through our flesh and our blood. Phenomenal woman runs through me and also runs among us. It is red.
Okay. So, okay, relax. Okay.
Okay po. Thank you.
So, you are working.
Yes.
Are you working from home?
Yes, I am currently working from
Okay,
home.
because work from home is now part of the new norm.
Yes.
So what are the skills that you think are needed in the so-called workplace of the future?
I think you need to also educate yourselves in terms of working from home, in terms of technicalities in production, like taking your camera and filming yourself, not just work for pageant, but also me as I work in a cosmetics industry. I also have to take pictures of myself. So I need to be holistically developed, not just in terms of paperworks, but also I need to balance myself and my mental and spiritual self in order to progress and do my work. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you also for telling us that Marinduque is part of Luzon because not a lot of people know about it.
Yes.
So if there is a certain spot, one spot, whether it's natural or man-made, that you would like to promote to the world in Marinduque, what would it be?
Firstly, I would like to promote about Marinduque. It is the butterfly capital of the Philippines. It has a balanced biodiversity, and you can propagate natural butterflies in the Philippines. Secondly, it is an island, so there are a lot of beaches that people don't know about. It is very nice and clean and virgin, a lot of virgin islands and beaches, so I think a lot of people can come by and have their peace of mind.
In terms of products naman, you've heard of the movement Love Local, right?
Yes.
So what's a local product that you want to promote?
I want to promote in the province of Marinduque. I want to share to a lot of Filipinos also the arrowroot. It's like uraro. It is cultivated in Marinduque and not a lot of people know what arrowroot is. So I think this is also a great platform to get to know what Marinduque is all about because it has been so silent. But now I've gained the power and also the time to express and show to the world what Marinduque is.
Last question is, what do you think is that one thing that you think young people like you should focus on?
One thing that I think a lot of people should focus on is their heart because they've been busy with the social media, with power, with fame, and they neglect what their heart really tells them. But for me, I think we should always focus on kindness and love because it just doesn't benefit a lot of people, but it also benefits you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Why is Marinduque the heart of the Philippines? Because it's in the middle.
It is in the middle of the Philippines and it's also shaped like a human heart.
Thank you very much, Ms. Marinduque.
Thank you so much.
Right now we are with Miss MISAMIS Oriental. What preparations have you done, like mental preparations, physical preparations for this?
Well, it's more mental, so I have been like praying since early in the morning, and I really just hope that whatever preparations I did a few months back will be shown in the Q&A. Yes, Banig. Hello. Hi, maayong buntag sa inyong tanan. I'm Caroline Veronilla, proudly representing MISAMIS Oriental.
First one is tell us something about yourself.
That's probably one of the hardest questions that I ever have to answer, but in retrospect, I think about my family, and I'm a proud sister to a cancer thriver. My sister was diagnosed at the age of 24 with stage 4 lymphoma, and she's someone that I look up to, and with her experience coming into this journey, I looked up to her even more. She inspired me even more to be more courageous, and I'm proud to say that I'm a sister to a cancer thriver.
Kinuha ko lang ba niyo? What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
I have always loved the word puhon. Puhon is translated into someday, soon, and it's something that inspires me, it gives me hope, it makes me look forward to the future.
What is the word again?
Puhon.
Pohon.
Sometimes you use it na, kita rata puhon, sabay rata puhon. So someday, and that's something that I look forward to.
What is that one learning experience of yours as a child that made so much impact on you?
As a child, I was really loved by my family. I grew up in a loving home, and that impacted me and how I grew up. I value family, and everything that I do is for them, and that's what I'm applying even until now, joining Miss Universe Philippines.
During this pandemic, what is the greatest lesson that you've learned?
The greatest lesson I've learned is to take better care of myself. I have always had a macro perspective on things, so I'm used to giving myself, helping other people, and then I came to a point when I struggled to get out of bed. I struggled to be productive, and I didn't know what's happening. And so I consulted my family, and then I realized that I forgot to take care of myself during this time, and that's something that I really learned a lot from, and I have been applying even now that I'm joining Miss Universe Philippines.
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
If I do win Miss Universe Philippines, they would be so proud of me, and that's already a big help. This platform is so huge, and I really want to help promote the tourism in Misamis Oriental. It's one of the top eco-adventure destinations in the country, and I believe that I can do more in promoting the beautiful destinations in my province through this platform.
What color do you think represents the phenomenal woman?
The color that represents a phenomenal woman is violet, because it's a color of women, it's a color of empowerment, and I believe it's very royal, it's very elegant, and it's something that we need to embrace.
So work from home is now part of the new norm. So what are the skills that you think are needed in this so-called new workplace of the future?
To be honest, I'm also working from home, and even now I'm working. I brought my laptop with me. I'm still supporting the children that we work with in World Vision, and I believe that technology is a very big thing now that we're experiencing this new normal, and I really hope that we invest more on internet connection, because that's where really the work is right now, and it also helps a lot of children attain their education.
If there's one spot or place in Misamis Oriental, man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
My favorite place in Misamis Oriental is the seascape and landscape in Initaw, Libertad. It's actually a very nice place. There are a lot of trees there, century-old trees, and it's by a cliff, so you can go cliff diving. You enjoy both worlds, the mountains and the seas, and it's also home to tarsiers and monkeys. Yes, it's found in Misamis Oriental. It's the protected seascape and landscape in Initaw, Libertad. Yes, Initaw. So it's in between two municipalities, Initaw and Libertad. So they share that spot.
Ako naman, Mike, what I want to know is, you know, there's a movement called Love Local, right?
Yes.
What local products do you want to promote and why?
To be honest, I really like to promote the local fabrics of Mindanao. So right now, I'm wearing a Tagulwanon. It's a banig made by the Tagulwanon tribe in Bukidnon. When I also arrived, I wore the tinalak of South Cotabato, and A few days before, I also wore a yakan outfit from the tribe in Basilan. And so I really want to promote the local fabrics we have because it's something that we really have to embrace.
Well, last question is, what's one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
We really have to focus more on our purpose, what we want to achieve in life, because that's the direction we are going. That's our guide in order to succeed. That's our guide to happiness, to fulfillment. And I really hope that more and more people, youth especially, would know their purpose at an early age so that they will be guided in their path. Thank you. Thank you so much. Daghang salamat.
Isipan mo sinusuot yan, zipper.
Eto. Yes.
Naka-corset.
Oo. So, bali parang pinold na buong bilog talaga siya na banig.
Mukha nga eh.
So, they just folded it and made it into an outfit.
Tapos pa-plancha rin.
Hindi nga siya maplansya eh. Hindi nga ako makaupo. But it's super comfy yun sa likod. I'm very happy that I get to bring the Mindanaoan fabric here. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Miss Muntinlupa. Do you have any inspirations that you're gonna channel for this Q&A?
Absolutely. I'm a mama's girl, so I'm always thinking of my mom and how she would encourage me to embrace my roots and embrace our heritage. As a proud Indigenous woman, I'm so honored to be standing here today and representing my tribe, the Agtatabagnon of Pilar Sorsogon. Even though I live in Muntinlupa City, I always embrace my roots. So thank you. Hello, my name is Maricres Valdez Castro, proudly representing Muntinlupa City.
First is, tell us something about yourself.
I'm a proud member of the Agtatabagnon tribe of Pilar Sorsogon. My father built our house in Muntinlupa about 14 years ago, and my mother designed it. Because of that, I know that when you put your heart into something, whether it's weaving or whether it's building a home together with your spouse, you are building community by just being who you are and loving who you are.
What is one beautiful word in your local language, and what does it mean?
I believe in Bicol we say Oragon, and that means that we are strong, fierce, independent, and we are who we are, and we are phenomenal.
So what is that one learning experience that you have as a child that made so much impact on you?
I think the biggest experience I had as a child was just serving with my grandmother who built the first hospital in Pilar Sorsogon. And for her to come back and invest in our tribe, in our communities, and to serve alongside her as a medical missionary, that was eye-opening to see that your heart can truly impact not only one tribe but generations.
So during this pandemic, what is the greatest lesson that you learned?
The greatest lesson I learned was resilience. Resilience not only in what we can take, but in how we can take it together. We can take it on and we can overcome as one. I know that through volunteering, it has been stressful as well as managing work and my studies, but because of the encouragement of my family and our fellow kababayan, I feel strong. Oragon.
I'm so relaxed now.
If
Yes.
you win, what do you plan to do for your community? How do you help them?
Absolutely, for my community, I hope to continue to instill a sense of pride that being Filipino means embracing our heritage, our skin color, what makes us unique. Because as a beauty queen, I've seen the tremendous impact it's had, that representation matters. I've had a mother come running up to me just so she can have her daughter put her arm next to mine and say, see, you don't have to change your skin to be a beauty queen. And so I hope to encourage everyone to embrace their own personal authenticity. Thank you.
What color do you think symbolizes a phenomenal woman?
I believe it represents the color yellow, which in our Filipino culture is courage, it's hope, and it's exactly what we need right now during this pandemic and after.
Work from home is now part of the new norm. So what are the skills that you think are needed in this so-called workplace of the future?
I think the skills that are needed are the same skills that are foundational to every successful society. The skills of being able to trust a teammate to do their work even if they're home, as well as being resourceful. That's the challenge, and that's actually what makes it more fun.
If there is one spot or place in Muntinlupa, whether it's man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world? What place will this be?
I would absolutely love to promote Jamboree Lake because it is man-made, but it happens to be the smallest lake man-made in the world. And it's so beautiful, it's quaint, and it's at the center of Muntinlupa. So I'd love to take you there and show you something phenomenal that we made as Filipinos. Yes. Yes po.
You know, there's a campaign called #LoveLocal. So I would like to know what product you would like to promote. Local products you would like to promote.
I would love to promote who I'm wearing right now. This is Nel Claveria. He's often been known to design for the royal family Brunei. And it's because he takes in our culture and the weaves and everything that we symbolize together as Filipinos. And he makes it unique and international.
And the last question is, what one thing should young people like you focus on?
I think we should focus on unraveling all of the stereotypes, all of the labels that society places on us and tries to weigh us down. Don't let your heart be muffled. Be loud. Be proud of who you are. And accept that, and that is what you are going to take to the universe, and that's how you are going to change the lives of our communities. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you.
I am so relaxed now because of my voice.
Thank
I'm so
you.
happy, that you always, like a lot of you are telling about the outfits, the weaving, the clothes, the designers. It's very nice.
Thank you so much po. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right.
We are with Miss Oriental Mindoro. What is that one piece of advice that you would want to tell yourself before you go up that stage?
I feel like the most important thing would be just to be myself. I know it's a cliche, but for me, it brings out who you really are. When you talk about your passions, when you talk about something that is really true, you just go with who you are and go with your gut. Still morning. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. Good afternoon, everyone.
How are you?
I'm doing well, but it's very cold here, but I love it.
So, 30 seconds lang.
Okay.
Magpasaway, 30 seconds lang.
We'll make it happen.
Tell us something about yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Adee Hitomi Akiyama. I'm 27 years old, half Japanese but 100% Filipina by heart because I was born and raised here. And I just recently graduated Doctor of Medicine in time for Miss Universe Philippines, and now I am affiliated with the Armed Forces of the Philippines Medical Center.
What is one beautiful word in your local language, and what does it mean?
Oh, in Oriental Mindoro, the word there is Tagalog still. And what a beautiful word is maganda. As it is, because I feel like maganda is such a very encompassing term that you can use in a lot of ways. It's not just the physical. It can be who you are. It can be your attributes. It can be a person's feelings. It's everything that encompasses beauty on its own. And I believe that everything that we do has its own beauty in it. So, maganda. Like me and all of you.
True.
Right. Period. Parang gumanda na po ako. Dahil sa Miss Universe, kinailangan ko pong gumanda.
Alright, next question. What is that learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
I think the best learning experience was when we had a downfall when my father left us. And I know that it's a hard thing to talk about, but I feel like my mom showed us how she can handle 5 children and how all 5 of us have continued and finished college and even postgraduate studies. 3 of us have. And I believe that it shows strength in a woman that she can do anything, and that if I can be half as good as my mom, if I can be half the woman she is, I'd be all set for life.
What about during this pandemic? What is the greatest lesson that you've learned?
The greatest lesson that I've learned during this pandemic is to look past my middle-class upbringing and to see the difficulties that the common Filipino is experiencing right now, to be able to to be able to help them, to be able to seek what I can do, because I'm not rich, I don't have a lot of money, but I can be able to help them in my own ways, especially with the advent of being part of Miss Universe Philippines. I can use my voice, I can use this influence, I can use who I am as a doctor and as a person, that I will be able to empower other people and to help them too.
If you win, how do you intend to help your community?
If I win, I will be who I am. I am a doctor, I am a medical professional, and I'm also a nurse. And I believe that I can use that as an avenue to grow and to help other people, especially at a time of a pandemic, when people need the truth. People need someone who will serve as the truth, the face of truth. And I will be that person. I will be there to help other people, to inspire, but not only that, to help them, to teach them in a lot of ways, in medical and non-medical things.
What color do you think symbolizes a phenomenal woman?
I believe it's yellow because my favorite color is yellow. I love it. I actually didn't know that it was my favorite color until my mom told me that you have so much yellow things in everything. And I realized, oh my God, that is my favorite color. For the longest time, I thought it was red. But then I realized that, oh my God, it symbolizes freshness. It symbolizes a new tomorrow, a great tomorrow. And I believe it's something that I have to show in Miss Universe Philippines because I will be showing you sinag.
Okay. So, work from home is now part of the new.
Exactly.
So, what do you think are the skills needed in this so-called new workplace of the future?
You know, it's very difficult for the Filipino to work at home because our household is filled with a lot of people. It's not unlike in other countries where you live alone mostly. In Filipinos, we have a very tight-knit family, so all of the people are there, and it's very difficult. And I know that people have been experiencing that difficulty. So I believe that you really need to set a specific place for yourself, just as I did for mine, so that you will be able to focus on what you're doing, because not a lot of people have that privilege to be able to have your own space.
If there's one spot or place in Oriental Mindoro, whether it's man-made or natural, that you would like to promote in the world, what would it be?
Well, there are a lot of places in Oriental Mindoro, but in Calapan City, it's a city, right? But the thing is, there are a lot of man-made places there that we can visit, and there's also the Mangyan village there, and you will be able to see that there are still Mangyans living. There are still Mangyans. They still practice the old way of living as Mangyans, and when I visited, it's very wonderful. It's such a wonderful experience to have seen that and to be able to see their culture and how they still are proud of who they are.
You know, right now there's a campaign that's hashtag Love Local. So if I were to ask you, what local product would you want to promote and why?
Oh, well, I believe the local product would be the Ramit cloth. It's in Oriental Mindoro, and these are hand woven by Mangyans of Oriental Mindoro, and it is very beautiful. They can incorporate so many colors in one weave, and I actually wore that on the first day here in Miss Universe Philippines, and I'm very proud to be the representative of Oriental Mindoro and their culture and heritage because it's so beautiful, it's so colorful, and I just want to show the rest of the universe how it is in Oriental Mindoro.
Last question is, what one thing should young people like you focus on?
I think the thing that young people should focus on is to be unapologetic, to know what you stand for, to know who you truly are, and to be able to stand for what is right, especially for other people. If you are in a better position, if you are privileged enough, then you can stand for other people. You can be their voice. You can stand for those who are oppressed. And I believe it is the right timing, the right mindset for young people to understand that you can be apologetic as long as you know your heart is in the right place.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know I speak so fast. I'm sorry, I have so many thoughts. Thank you so much. I had so much fun. I don't know if this is a common thing, but we laughed and we shared a lot about each other. They even shared to me, so it was very fun. It was very exciting. I had a lot of fun with them.
Hello.
Hello po. Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Linda. I'm 18 and I represent my beautiful province, Palawan.
18?
Yes.
So Jennifer, 30 seconds lang per question. Tell us something about yourself.
About myself, I'm an island girl and I always dream of becoming a beauty queen, and I never thought that at this young age I will be able to achieve that far-fetched dream. I am blessed to be nurtured by loving and caring parents, so much privilege to have grown into a woman of essence, influenced by the most beautiful, environmentally inspiring island.
What's one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
In my local language, actually, I don't speak Koyunin because in Palawan, there's a lot of language there that we use, and I prefer Tagalog. I think Palanga. Because when someone call you Palanga, it's like dear. It's like he or he treasure you as a person.
Next question, what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
One of that is to be disciplined, because here in Miss Universe, we learn how to be disciplined and responsible in all our actions, because people are looking at us as a public figure and we put ourselves in a situation to be judged. So what we need to do is to act what we have to be.
During this pandemic, what do you think is the most important lesson that you've learned?
I learned the importance of life, that with or without the virus, we should always look after to the people, not just our friends or family, but also the people in our environment and to the other world, because everyone is suffering from this pandemic, and what we need to do is spread love and care, not the virus. Of course.
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
Pardon?
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
My advocacy is concerned about our environment, because Palawan is known for its natural resources. So I would like to take that opportunity and use this big platform to inspire other people to be more curious and conscious about our environment, because Palawan is known for its biodiversity and we know how to sustain all our natural resources.
What color do you think represents the phenomenal woman?
For me, violet, because violet is the color of the woman, and I think that that color represents phenomenal woman.
You're still a student,
Yes, first year.
first year. But you've heard the word work from home.
Yes.
So, in your opinion, what do you think are the skills needed in this the new workplace of the future?
Everyone is adjusting from before to the new normal. So I think that our government need to push more or do more so that the other people will know how to handle this kind of situation, and they should be educated po on how the works will have.
So, if there is one spot or place in Palawan, whether it's man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
I would promote, of course, Underground River, because Underground River is rich in biodiversity and it's naturally made. And for me, Underground River is a place where you can see an amazing features that you thought that can never have in the world.
Really?
Yes, there's a holy family. Yes, and a big candle inside.
Right now, there's a very famous campaign called Love Local. So if I were to ask you, what local products do you want to promote and why?
What local products that I want to promote is the kasui in Palawan. Here in Manila, it's kind of bit expensive, but in Palawan, it is cheap, but it's healthy and yummy pa. It's yummy.
Akala ko sa Antipolo lang meron.
Ay, yes po, marami.
Okay. Last question. What one thing should young people like you focus on?
Focus on your goal, because not everyone is thinking about their goal. They just go with the flow. But for me, goal is very important, because that would be your key to become successful in the future. And that way, if you achieve your goal, you will be able to inspire other people and do more and do big. Thank you. Thank you po. Thank you. Thank you.
Who do you want to inspire with your performance today?
I want to inspire especially the other Palaweños and the young girls kasi I'm the youngest candidate. So I want to inspire other people that your age doesn't define you and you can do great and you can do whatever you want.
Good afternoon. Hi.
Okay, so 30 seconds of each question. You can answer in Tagalog, pwedeng mix, pwede ka mampangan, subtitle naman yan. Tell us something about yourself.
I'm Trizha Pineda Santos and I'm representing the province of Pampanga. I'm a flight attendant, but on the sidelines I'm an outreach organizer and I'm the CEO of Project Millennials PH and founder of the Babay Ako, Kaya Ko Din movement. I'm a first-timer, but I'm ready to take the risk now.
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
The one beautiful local word that I can think of right now, because we have a lot, I would say, that would be masanting. Masanting, if translated in Tagalog, is actually guapo. But in Kapampangan, masanting is not just guapo. It defines everything that is so-called to be beautiful. Masanting amalan, masanting agamit. And that just represents that the word beautiful is a representation of not just the femininity and the masculinity of the things, but beauty in general. Thank you.
30 seconds, may timer.
May bantay.
Okay. Parang masano ko sa time.
Next question. So what is that one learning experience of yours as a child that made so much impact on you?
The one learning that I had as a child that made such great impact, honestly, is to love myself. Because as a child, I was bullied for how I looked and my big round eyes, as you might see right now. But throughout the years, I have learned that self-love is important, embracing yourself. Because there's not much you really can change physically, but you can change on how you react on what people say about you. And you can only empower others if you first empower yourself and love yourself, and all this rooted from what I have experienced before.
What about in this pandemic? What is the greatest lesson that you've learned?
The greatest lesson that I've learned during the pandemic is inclusivity. With the Project Millennials PH and the Babay Ako, Kaya Ko Din movement, I have learned that we have always been helping. That is not during this pandemic only. But I have learned that help is only truly successful if it is inclusive and aid is delivered and equal for everyone. I have been helping for so many years, but this is only now the time that I've realized my help is only successful if I also reach the far-flung areas with the help of others as well.
If you win, how do you plan to help more of your community?
If I win, I plan to help more by using, of course, my platform to champion for causes and be the voice of the unheard. I know that Miss Universe Philippines organization will give me the platform to reach out even to the far-flung areas wherein what we say at Project Millennials PH, we aim that no one gets left behind, and with this wide platform, I know that we are able to achieve that mission and vision in our minds.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I believe the color that symbolizes the phenomenal woman is red, which is what I'm actually wearing right now, because she is regal, she is fiery, she is strong and forceful, yet she is beautiful and soft inside her heart, which drives her to the phenomenon that she can be.
Since work from home is now part of the new norm, what do you think are the skills needed for this workspace or workplace of the future, as they call it?
I believe as we adapt to the new normal of working from home, the skill needed very much is to be always self-centered and not procrastinating, because being at home has always had that connotation that we have to be in comfort, we have to be comfortable, it's the time to relax, but we have to go back to our self-center and realize who we are at the moment. If I am an employee at the moment, at this hour, then I must be able to do that and regain my focus, and then in the next hour, I will take my break and be a home self.
If there is one place or spot in Pampanga that you would like to promote in the world, whether it's man-made or natural, what would it be?
I would promote Miamit Falls. Pampanga is known to also be an urbanized province, but Miamit Falls is actually found in Porac. And when you go beyond the cities and the buildings, you ride the 4x4, you see this, and you realize that there's actually more to Pampanga, and you realize that in the chaos and in the noise of the city, you can find a quiet and peaceful self or peaceful place for yourself. And that's who we really are. Can be chaotic outside.